Yeah. No, what did you do in what did you went to college for theater, or you went?
I went to college just to play basketball, and it was a liberal arts school, so you could take whatever type of classes
Okay.
you wanted to take. And I was trying to take theater classes, but by the time I was like there and had my stuff together,
Did you have a scholarship for basketball?
nah, it was Division 3,
Okay.
and they can't really spend a lot of money on athletics, so it wasn't technically a basketball scholarship. It was an academic scholarship. I mean, give myself credit. It was an academic scholarship.
But the whole purpose of it was that you were going to play basketball, and if you didn't play basketball, you were gonna, yeah.
And he even told me in the office, and I was like, I don't want to play. He said, well, I've seen a lot of people do that, come in and not play, but they wind up leaving. I'm like, oh, well, thank
Wow.
you. You know, I'm going to try. I'm going to hang in there. But after that, I didn't really care. So I messed up.
So did they kick you out, or I mean, how did that work?
I was on academic probation, so that just meant, leave. Like you already messed up this first semester and you're already on academic probation, so just don't even come back.
That was freshman year?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's my freshman experience.
Are you looking to go back to school soon?
I go to Cape Fear now, take online classes,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm about to fail the class that I have to go to in person, which is the acting class. I'm not good at school.
Okay.
I'm not good at the whole showing up on time thing.
Right.
I'm getting better.
Yeah, no, you were here.
Isn't it?
You were
I
right
would
on
have made
time.
me late.
Yeah.
I would have been good.
No. This is good for me. This works.
Thank you. Thank you. It was good.
I think they were joking around yesterday. It was like, oh, well, we're probably going to start the Reid interview when Archie gets here. In an hour. But, no, you were great.
I'm glad I disappointed.
But what did you envision doing when you were like in school? You're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do theater and comedy, or it's like, oh, I'm gonna ride basketball for as long as I can.
Yeah, I didn't even think about comedy, man. I have never thought about doing comedy because I thought it was just like so hard.
Yeah.
So far out there, like, who dared get up on the stage as one person
Right.
and try to make like a crowd of people laugh?
Did you watch it when you were a kid?
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to. You know, that's the cool thing about stuff. Like, you're not supposed to.
Oh, okay.
Like, I wasn't supposed to see like Kings of Comedy when it first
alright.
came out. Like, and I did. And watching like Cedric the Entertainer and Bernie Mac, it was like, this is just, music. Maybe I could do that.
How old were you?
Basketball, maybe I could do that. No, I can't. No way I can get up there and sing and do type mime type stuff. And no, never thought about it. I don't know, like 6, 7.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that is
Yeah,
young to
'cause I
see
think
Kings of Comedy. That is.
When did it come out? In 2000 or in 93? It might have came out when I was born, but I
Yeah.
didn't see it until like it just came on like a
Yeah.
rerun on Showtime when I was like 6.
Mm-hmm.
But
Were your
maybe
parents strict about like what
Yeah.
you watch? Yeah, okay.
I couldn't watch like vulgar stuff and like Harry Potter movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man. So
Sorcery and
yeah. So
sacrilegious
they were
stuff.
like hardcore religious too.
Yeah.
Are you religious?
Nah, not anymore.
No.
Yeah. It was good for a while, but then I watched the Harry Potter movie and I was like,
This is yeah. No, but what about like? So, what did your family say then when you're like, oh yeah?
I mean, they supported it because I've always done it. Like, I've always been the person who's like tries to be the funniest person all the time. Like,
Okay.
if you really know me, like I'll spend most of my time talking about dumb stuff and like, how I feel about life. But like when I started doing comedy or said I could do it, I saw this dude in high school doing like a talent show, and it was just like,
You're like, I could do better than
Like
that.
he did a thing about like he put up posters saying like looking for Jesus. Like
That was his shtick?
Listen is like a reward found if like looking for Jesus, and then he said people keep saying like, oh, I found Christ, I found Jesus, and I was like, oh, didn't you see my flyers? And I was just like,
Wow.
I don't think I don't know how to write a joke.
but I can figure it out.
But I'm pretty sure that is not it. Maybe if I was, cared about looking performing and stuff. But by that point, it was too late. I was already supposed to go to school and play basketball.
Right. So you put that on hold.
Yeah, pretty much.
And school didn't work out, so you're like, all right, now it's the time to do. We were like, well, I got to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. When was the first time you went up? When did you do stand up?
On Nut Street, like the beginning of the year. I guess that first year, so I failed out. 2011, I graduated. 2011, I failed out. That's how school works. It all happened so fast. And like, okay, so like I went to see some people in Nut Street. I went and saw the Improv in Nut Street, and then I went up, and then didn't do bad.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you didn't do bad. It wasn't like a total train wreck.
I didn't do bad until like the second to the 175th time. That's when I started doing really bad. But the first time it was alright, so I was like, hey.
Oh, that's
cool.
The worst.
And then I'm like trying stuff and it's like crickets, and I'm like, oh, well, maybe everything I think isn't,
Right. That's the worst. That creates awful expectations when you go up and you do pretty alright, and you're like, I can repeat that. Come on, that's just.
It's like intruders.
Yeah.
It's like hold.
Yeah.
The second hold.
Thank you, come here.
That's it.
Sorry.
Intruders.
Yeah. Shit. There's nothing. He just has wild anxiety about it. Just ridiculous.
The fact that you're saying a dog has anxiety.
They give dogs like Zoloft and anti-anxiety. Like they will treat anxiety in dogs the same way they treat it in people, or Zoloft depression. Is that anyone?
I think it's depression.
Okay. Yeah. Well, whatever the anti-anxiety meds are.
Can dogs be depressed?
Can they? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
How can you tell if a dog is depressed? They make the face, or they just don't. They're off to the corner, and they don't even lick themselves anymore. That's when
right.
You know something's wrong.
Yeah, they just walk. They just sit. They don't do anything in the yard. They don't. When they go to other dog parks, they kind of keep to themselves. They develop a drinking problem.
It's like you're always at your bowl.
They start talking about what used to be great. And
used to be the old days.
Yeah.
I used to run.
My butthole used to smell great. But so what do you gravitate towards? Stand up, improv, or sketch? Which one do you? Because you do all three. Which one do you like the most?
Sketch. Right now, I have to say, because that's what I want to do is act,
Mm-hmm.
and have lines and have freedom within the lines,
Yeah.
and just try to work scenes for whatever emotion you're trying to convey. Like I won't practice in that, so I have to say like sketch, just so I can, because I want to do that as much as possible,
Mm-hmm.
until my acting skills are honed. Like,
Okay.
but stand up is just consistent. Like you can't. I'll never stop doing it.
Right. Yeah. It feels like the moment you stop, it's like, oh, you have to work 10 times harder to get it all back in check again.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And other areas suffer. Like other areas of your performance suffer if you're like stand up. If your connection with the crowd isn't strong in general, like your sense of how the crowd feels, then you're not gonna be as good like on stage with lines and stuff, even though it's not funny.
How do you think the audience sees you or connects with you when you're up on stage doing stand up? What do you think they're seeing right now?
I don't know, man. I try to think about that all the time. I don't know. Like sometimes I'm thinking, okay, maybe they just see like kind of, because I don't know how I'd be coming off sometimes. Like sometimes I'm
right.
Okay, like maybe I'm like the nice, articulate. I'm one of the good ones. I'm one of the good black guys, and I have some like nice little story to tell. But then they hear then they kind of hear what I say, and then I might seem like maybe like not necessarily militant, because maybe I don't think I like militant.
He's not one of the good ones.
Yeah, or like something on the line like militant and thuggy, and then they're just like, I can't relate, and I don't want to. And when I say something that does want to relate, they would like cover their face. So I'm just like, what is it? I don't. I couldn't tell you. I like yours. Like I can recognize other people's fucking genre of fucking stage presence. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like your style is like really northern, and you go into it. You go into it though like really
talking about White Castle and shit.
But it's not like you're just like standing up. Like it's really performance oriented. Like
yeah,
like you could do theater, like stuff like that. Like you're that type of like performer. Like I don't know what people are just like.
Well, you seem when you're on stage. For me, it looks like you're very methodical in the words that you pick and what you say. You're not rambling. You're not on a rant. You're more in control, or you look like you're in control in the entire time you're up on stage. And there's this laid back energy. There's this cool energy to it, and it makes. It's another way of like if my energy is more emotional. It's not to say that yours isn't any less emotional. It's just a different way of pulling them in. It's more. It just like kind of sucks them in a different tact or something. I don't know. That's what I see.
Yeah, I've been thinking about stuff to like kind of. I don't know. Maybe I'm the one that makes anything like black and white about like how to perform or anything. But I think I've been thinking like I could come off across like on another level if I'm just like we're all fucking in a fucked up situation. Like we're all fucking slaves currently, and here's how I feel about that.
Yeah.
As opposed to, like I'm pointing out differences and stuff. You know what I mean?
Do you think like?
Kind of what I do.
I forgot who it was. It was like Kanye West or somebody that like used the word slave, and there was so much backlash to it. Like I forgot who it was. It's somebody in pop culture that was like, you have no right to use that word or use it in the way that you used it. It was do you think that like words in context have power, or just words themselves have power?
I think it's the context, because that's what it's definitely the context. The people decide what words they want to give power, bitch if you're joking around, or bitch to a girl if you're joking around is one thing, but like if you're angry or something like that is another thing. As with the N-word, so it's like, oh, that's when you choose to give meaning when like your feelings are involved and whatever, but it's definitely the context.
Yeah.
But fucking I treat it though generally like words have no meaning.
When
that's
you're
how
on
I
stage,
write.
yeah, that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
But so you're willing to use those words to whatever effect you're looking for, but you yourself, on stage you is gonna take this one point of view, but off stage you takes the opposite.
Yeah, it's just like words. Like I can write a joke with the meaning in it if I want to, but as far as like sometimes when you kind of go off, and like that's the cool part when you just like can leave your stuff and come back for a little bit. Like I'll say really messed up stuff just because I don't believe at that moment like words have meaning. Like if my point is to get a laugh, and I'm like that's the only point. So like nothing I'm saying should be taken serious. You should just laugh at it.
And has that ever gotten you in trouble before?
Yeah. I waited. They gave me an opportunity in Greensboro to do 30 minutes because I was in the competition there, and I advanced pretty far. And what's his name? Eric.
Shouse?
No, Greensboro, not Greenville.
Okay.
Damn it. Eric of Shouse House at the Idiot Box. he said, hey, I want to film you doing 30. And I was like, yeah, cool. I know I got 30 if I put it together and like make sense and stuff like that. And I did, Anthony. I mean, I didn't do bad. I did a pretty good job. But like, it was only like 5 people in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but and, like, this one dude went before me and just like pretty much killed. And I was just like, dang, that was a genius. He didn't even. Like, he just had all these people laughing. So I feel fake and weird just going up here just to get some material filmed for 5 people. So I almost wanted to just improv and stuff, but I did my material. And then this woman was in the crowd, and like I was doing my freaking education connection bit, which has always got me laughs. It's the first time I did it. They're cheap laughs, but I love them. I'll take them. And she was like laughing, you know what I mean? But like she didn't want to laugh, covering her face. And later on, I'm doing something, and then she's like commenting, and I try to hear what she said. She's like, it's just not funny. I was like, what? I'm not, what? She's like, it's just not good. Like, I'm from the West Coast. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, so, she's like, it's just, I'm sorry, I'm from the West Coast, different crowd out there, you're just not funny. I was like, when I did my education connection line, I came into the crowd and you were laughing, you lying C-word. I thought that was hilarious. Inside, like, to me, because I don't really care about anything.
You didn't say you're lying C-word, you said you're lying.
I say you lying cunt.
Okay, yeah.
But I don't really care. I feel so bad I don't want to repeat it. I can't even tell you what I said, Anthony. But like, I don't get mad about
There's
anything.
There's a stain on your soul for that one. That's just like, I'm gonna have to live with that shit.
But just because I don't care about the words, because like in the moment right there, I'm like, I don't really care about my feelings. Like I don't really care about anything right now. Or nothing can make me upset right now. So everything's cool. Yeah. But if I act upset and I sell upset, that'd be funny. So you say the most effed up stuff you would say as if she said she broke up with you. That was some girl that broke up with you. Like, so that's how I approached it. And maybe I can see that's not good. Maybe if I made a bigger deal about it, that'd be better. And I call people old. I do stuff that's bad because of my lack of respect for words. But I'm trying to, I guess if you keep furthering it, like if you mess up like that, keep going on about how cunty she is.
Right.
Don't just leave it at that. Don't just call her cunt and drop it. At least make her laugh in some way out of it. Maybe it'll be alright, whatever.
Did she laugh?
Nah, she was laughing. She was laughing though earlier, and the fact that she said it wasn't funny made me mad. And I think it's because I've been watching too much Patrice O'Neal, and I feel like I can call out women like grown ass women.
Do you call out more women or men when you're performing? You find
women talk more during shows and shit.
No, same. Yeah.
I'll call out a dude for not laughing at me, but women just always have some shit to say. Like whenever they be drinking and go to comedy shows, there's always attractive ones too. That's why I get so angry.
You know, is there a reason why it generally tends towards women?
Because women rule the world.
But is there a reason why?
What?
No. Well, I don't know. Is there a psychological reason?
Why I call out women
more? No. Why women feel the need to?
Because they feel the need to do that all the time. Why stop when we're in public?
Okay.
I don't know. Is that messed up?
That was really messed up.
Because I'm not gonna try to watch my words, but like
no, don't watch your words.
Women can do whatever they want. Period. No pun intended. And then you add alcohol to that, and then you add other people getting up on stage and expressing their ideas, and it's men doing it.
Like, you don't think it's like attention-seeking behavior? You think they own the audience?
They can do. I don't think it's. I don't know. It could be about attention, or some people could just be like, man, fuck it. Like, I'm not gonna fucking wait. I'm gonna stay with this right now.
Well, there was the woman last night that we were like.
That's attention. Yeah. In that case, I guess.
Well, she was already drunk, and Brian went up and like tried to deal with it. Banky. But he tried to deal with it, and we were all going like as a collective, like, who's up next? Harji. Shit. Because this woman is gonna get railed. It's gonna be ridiculous. But then she just kind of stumbled out drunkenly.
And she left after that.
Yeah.
She came like, woo, comedy night, woo.
Yeah.
Giving Brian a hard time. Yeah.
But do you have any?
But how you come? I just don't want to believe how you come in the club with two dudes and you need attention still. Like,
Yeah.
that blows me.
Well, you
Set design.
Yeah. What is it?
Continuous.
What is it that she wants to get? I mean, she want to embarrass the guy she's with. She's just drunk and she didn't give a fuck like that. I mean that almost makes more sense to me. She's just drunk and she didn't know where the fuck she is, where she's going.
It
And
doesn't
she's just
care.
gonna be a miserable person.
And why a guy would be like, I can't do that. I'm an asshole. I won't get laid tonight. I can't say that. She'll be like, I'm still gonna get laid after this. I'm still gonna get laid. I can get laid while I'm saying this. I'm a fucking. You don't know anything about abortions.
Yeah.
It's like, lady, where are we right now? Where are you? I don't know. It's not like she said that or anything, but that was a dumb example.
Then she just starts blowing a guy in the back. Like, hey, come on! Stop blowing him. I'm trying to do.
Put it down. Yeah, 'cause
I'm trying to talk about my problems.
You get to call her out on her job then too. That's how it works.
Yeah.
She messes up your job, you get to mess up hers.
Well, what have you've been doing the Doc Street Kids, you've been doing, you're doing PSL show. But you when you say you're gonna go towards acting, does that mean, is that the end goal in mind? Is that like, that what you want to do professionally is act?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely would want to do Eddie Murphy or Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Do
Or a
stand-up.
Dane Cook for me. I don't.
Yeah. I mean, he still, doesn't he kept doing it, didn't he?
No, he went straight. Oh, I think he did stand up and he went straight to acting, and that didn't really go anywhere. So now I think he's back in stand up.
I'm saying, well, any white dude from SNL then.
Okay, fair enough.
But it's like, I would hope to never, because acting I just love. I don't even like being funny all the time, to be honest.
Yeah.
Sometimes like I keep doing stand up, but I know like I have like a really extremely serious side. So I'm like, I'm just around all these funny people being an asshole. And it's okay, and I know it, but tomorrow I'll be better. But so like drama is like what I need to do to get into all of those emotions.
Do you ever think about opening up your stand up for a more serious component? I mean, like you see, like,
no one's gonna take me serious.
What do you mean?
I have to do more stuff. I'm only like 20 something. Like I can only be but so serious.
Right.
Only like, and I'm not only am I 20 something. I'm only 20 something, and I didn't grow up in the hood. I don't got stories.
You're so far behind the eight ball.
I don't got stories. I used to pray to God like, dear Lord, please, please let our family go through some financial ruin.
Yeah, there be some struggle.
And wind up in Creekwood or Houston more, and have my father have to deal with
Tyler
drugs.
Perry find out about me, or the guy who wrote Push,
Sapphire.
Yeah.
Push by Sapphire.
Yeah.
Well, but shit. Push by Sapphire.
Yeah.
I really think that Precious was a remarkable movie. Like Monique is another example then.
Yeah.
Of people who do stand up and then go into movies and keep doing it. But she'll never really get an award. He's too big, too black.
She didn't get an Oscar? She didn't get like a supporting?
Probably like an NAACP Image Award.
She must have got a Spirit Award or something.
Yeah.
She must have.
I got a People's Choice or something.
Okay. What?
An Oscar? Monique won an Oscar?
I'm with this stuff.
Get the fuck out of here. Let's see. That's the formula I want to take.
Oh yeah, but you need some more struggle or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Monique probably grew up in the hood. She knew how to play that role.
Mm.
But see, that's acting. But like to get up on stage and be like the sole provider of all the words
Well-
some really painful story is not something I'm.
Well, but you've done painful story. You've done like stuff that's got a lot of like meat to it, and you've tried to turn it into a joke. Like you did the bit, your mom's cancer.
Yeah,
Like,
that didn't work out. Dude. That didn't work out too well. Porcy's top comic, first joke.
oh yeah.
You should cut that. Some dude from the crowd yelled. You were fucking there. You remember. You got my head
You just
up.
shot me back to that. I was like, oh yeah, no, that wasn't. But
It didn't go over too well, yeah.
but they took you very seriously when you
That's
said
what
that.
I don't understand. Like, I don't understand, like, why, like, when people, why people would take me serious if I'm bringing up this subject and it had nothing to do with that. She won an Oscar.
Yeah, 2010.
Supporting actress.
Yeah.
She doesn't really have to work. What's she doing now? She can't get another role.
Probably taking flack for being successful.
Yeah.
Yeah, taxes. That's what that means, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, no. People took you very seriously when you did that joke. That was very.
Yeah, I was like, it's not your mom. Like, she made it. I made the joke, so we're good. We can talk about it.
Right. And I think that's funny too, is that like, you know, we all, when you start getting into a rhythm and doing your jokes about like your relationship and your cat and your dog and all this, and there's all this other bullshit, you're just kind of like, all right, well, what else is there? It's like, all right, I want to start joking about some heavy stuff, some real stuff. It's just like, and then that's, that's something that you wanna. Part of it is for you, and part of it is there's a challenge aspect of like I want to take something that's got a lot of emotional weight and want to flush it out and make something happen with it, and it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cause yeah, you were like you said, you know, the audience is picturing you as like some 20-something kid, and it's like, why is he even talking about this? He should be talking about frat parties or something. I don't know. It's like
jacking off.
yeah.
In a clever way though, like I can't talk about jacking off well. If I talk about jacking off well, I'm disgusting and it's bad. But if I talk about it in like an ignorant way, it's good. Like I know that. That's why I have certain jokes that are ignorant, but it's so frustrating. Like it's only for me. You said it's like kind of it's only so I can not be bored. You know?
Yeah.
Like if I never went up on like yesterday, I was gonna do fucking Education Connection just cause like 10 minutes that I know I have.
Yeah.
Am I working on 10 minutes or am I just trying to feel better tomorrow?
Yeah.
So I just put some stuff together in my head that I didn't even really have time to do on stage. So.
Well, like, what I was gonna say too is like, with your, like the bits you know are ignorant. Like, do you think that that's like that appetizer for the audience that kind of settles them in, or how do you structure when to use those bits? It's like, all right, this is just a dumb crowd, so I'm gonna do dumb shit.
It's hard to pay attention to you. I just want to draw you right now.
Thanks.
Man and his dog. A nice beach backdrop.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
say that
This
one
happened
more time.
last time too.
That joke took all my thinking capacity. What was the question?
Yeah. How do you throw in your ignorant bits, your dumb bits, the lowbrow? How do you?
I guess the ideal formula is to make a point and then have something really dumb to bring them right back in.
Okay.
But I don't always structure it like that. Like I want to.
Right.
But I don't know. It kind of just like happens. Like I know, like I'll be like on. I guess that what I just described kind of just happens sometimes. It doesn't happen as much as I want to because I don't like fuck those. Forget ignorant jokes. Enough people are doing that, you know. So it's like, I'll be like, oh, this is a point. This is a good point. This is a good point. This is really stupid. And that's kind of like it's safe for the audience, but it's also just like a decent formula for writing in general. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people, if they kind of make a point, like it is kind of like that. Like they have like a really really dumb joke in between two jokes that are kind of like you spend a lot of time thinking, you know.
Right. What about your set? How do you structure your overall when you're writing like I don't know, 15, 20 minute set? How are you gonna approach that? You're gonna do crowd work up front, or are you gonna?
Yeah, I think it'd be like crowd work and or your ignorant bits up front.
Mm-hmm.
Because I guess they're getting to know you. I guess if it's like ignorant and clean enough, because I guess they're getting to know you and like it's like a fake wall is being built down, like or they can understand that your point of view is ignorant,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe you can go into what you want to do the whole time.
Mm-hmm. What's one of the jokes that you'd be like, all right, this is I just like saying ignorant because I don't say that enough as a white person. What is it? What's one of your ignorant bits that you would lead off with?
I might just mean hacky. You know?
Hacky,
like,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
easy.
Oh, okay.
But like for me to do it, and it would be about race, you know,
Yeah.
most often, and that a black person is making an ignorant racial joke, or if anybody makes an ignorant racial joke, this is more ignorant than hacky to me, but it's
Right.
still hacky because you're just trying some shit.
Mm-hmm.
But like the Adele singing
Mm-hmm.
is a very cliche premise. It's not like
Mm-hmm.
it's not like groundbreaking at all, and I'm singing some type of song. Which from a performance aspect, the opportunity to like do a song and stuff like that, that's pretty cool, especially like a girl is cool. But, you know, what's the point of that joke other than to maybe make some people laugh who like or don't like Adele, you know? It's like,
Yeah.
And then what? And then I could talk about rape, or no. It's like, then I could talk about the Civil Rights Act.
Mm. And how much do you want to approach race in your comedy and your stand up, and how much do you like choose to like do if you were gonna do if you had like a dream set in mind that you're gonna perform, how much is race important to?
It's not really.
Yeah.
I mean, I write a lot because it's good to have good ones, but like only if I'm like talking about things that other people haven't really spoken about. But like I said, I want to be on the appeal of like we're all slaves right now,
Mm-hmm.
and here's how I feel about life. Like that's kind of what I want to go with. But you know, sometimes shit happens. Like Tyler said some shit like about like why like Will's is getting more like showcases than me now. Because sometimes Wills will like, or like on a night, I'll go up there and I'll talk about like whenever the tank was out in Creekwood.
Mm-hmm.
Sean talks about it, it's cool. He can do it in a funny way, but if I talk about it from like the black perspective, but I was talking about the tanks over there, that they sent a tank because the guy shot a cop over there in Creekwood, and then Wills was talking about the gingerbread man. You know, like that's what happens is like my stuff might be like really in your face, but like if shit happens, like I can't help but to address it.
Right.
And even if I address it, I know that I'm young. I'm not really gonna go out there and like really analyze and try to expand on points and try to make the world a better place. I'm gonna say something ignorant like, what if we had tanks in Mexican neighborhoods? They'd be painted with a Saint Mary. Like that's as far as I'm gonna go with it. But I'm gonna remind you of a fact, you know?
Right.
But even that is too much for Tyler Wood. and Tyler Wood is a good representation of a lot of North Carolinians. And that demographic. Clap it up, don't wrap it
I
up.
missed that. That was actually good
Yeah. Well, it's alright.
Start over.
There's more to come.
Is there, what were your inspirations? We're gonna talk about that. That's always.
I'm inspired by different women that come out of my life,
Mm-hmm.
and the struggles that happen, and the pain that I feel whenever that falls through.
Really? Was that like even
That's so
remotely?
poetic. That just
Yeah,
sounds so
no.
poetic. Like I feel like an actor right now. Like acting
Yeah,
studio,
that's
you
what
can't
you're.
put-
That's what you're doing. Is you're pushing for the Oscar, right? You're pushing for a Wilmington Theater. Or
Well, that's such like a. Yeah, I am. That's such a question, though.
Or just keep
What
doing the
are
Dark
your
Street Kids, and
inspirations?
eventually you'll get there.
I know. That's what I'm working on. Marijuana.
Sorry.
Can I say that? THC makes
Okay.
me think about things in a different way.
Okay,
And
so
I have a problem. What do I find inspiration? Pain. Can I say that? Is that
You can say
is
that.
that an okay thing?
Yeah.
Pain is where I find inspiration.
That's okay. That's fine.
Yeah. In all honesty. So that's why women are in it, right?
Well,
It's the women and their weirdness and whatever they think is funny and how making them laugh works.
but do you smoke, and does it help? Like, do you think it helps, or is it just that you like to smoke?
It's like I just like to smoke.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just that I like to smoke.
Have you done any drugs where you're like, all right, this is gonna help my comedy?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I said that, because I mean,
Oh yeah.
I've thought funny stuff while like at work, so it doesn't really have anything to do with
Yeah.
drugs. But like work is where I'm like, fucking in pain, pissed about shit, so I can be funny in my mind.
Mm.
I don't want to be at work. Like showing up on time, I'm already not good at that, like I said. So just like, you know what? Let me just think of some fucked
You're
up
so
shit.
self-aware of it now. It's like everyone's been busting your balls.
That's the first step,
Yeah.
to admit that you have a problem.
Right. The second step is to set an alarm clock.
Yo, there's just like a 6-month period where I can choose an alarm clock. After like 4 months, like that sound does not faze me.
Okay.
Like, it's the same fucking one. I know I should change it, but I just don't. I'll sleep right through it. It's like I heard that before. My body's like,
What about? I don't know. Like, there's the bacon alarm clock. You could wake up to a smell. Would that be?
Do they have those?
They do. Yeah.
How much is that? I can't
That-
afford that.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I can't wake up to get.
But we gotta
to
think of
work.
realistic solutions. Sorry.
I can't wake up to get to work. How am I going for the bacon alarm clock?
I was reaching. Yeah. What do you? Who do you like watching? No. So in improv, strictly doing improv, what do you gravitate towards? What do you enjoy about improv? If at all, anything.
I like the fact that the audience is in on the joke, that like everything is made up on the spot.
Okay.
So like under that, like it kind of like creates laughter, which is cool. But in honesty, you have made me prefer a good old fashioned meaning, in improv, like you do in stand up, because that's funny to me,
Mhm.
If I like, now that I think about it, like some serious stuff being played out well,
Mhm.
that's hilarious that they're just making it up on the spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you want to laugh about something, but like it's just better it's a better exercise as an actor. It's a better use of time.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I do like the occasional. And I see during Nut I felt like y'all be talking about me. Hey, don't be going for laughs. But sometimes that motherfucker just happens. Or a line comes in my head that's motherfucking hilarious. And if I don't say it, I'm not going to be able to sleep at night. So I'm going to go ahead, get this quick laugh, watch everybody roll their eyes.
This fucking guy. Jeez. Thinks he knows how to play party quirks.
All of a sudden my scene party just goes. Sorry.
You see everybody sigh and roll their eyes. There's 5 other people in this scene. You can't all drop out.
Just for some little.
I'll go take my silly hat and put it back in the box.
Just for some dumbass. That's what she said. Everybody's like, ha, 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 ha. I'm like, yeah, I'm funny.
Well,
Yeah, it's better to keep it real, as the kids are saying.
yeah. What about what do you do? Do you write for Pineapple Shaped Lamps at all?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wrote a sketch that is about a pastor. Like the bit that I do about the pastor who, it's kind of a Richard Pryor bit that I just twisted.
Okay.
I'll admit. But it's a pastor who's like who finds God, and God tells him some ridiculous stuff like, "I am the rock that turned the stone, that turned the stone, that turned the rock, and turned it. Or, I'm the one that done did it so good that when it was done, you know who done did it." And then he's like, "That moved me, and ever since then I've been able to heal." And he like goes around, and he says he's gonna heal people, but he only heals this one woman, and like she's constipated, so he touches her butt. Like he just molests, and she has a lump, so and she has a barren womb, and blackout. So that's pretty much the formula of it, and it's not sacrilegious is too far.
Mm.
But yeah, fuck it, whatever. Sacrilegious, because fuck religion is all about the spirituality of it and your relationship with your higher being and blah blah blah. Anyway, so me using whatever this scene to make fun of how some pastors are BS and hypocritical and liars. This dude's just doing it in your face, but some people don't like it. My partner Wills did not like that sketch, so I gave it a PSL, and they liked it.
Right.
They're gonna let me do it, and that's cool.
What about, well, how was Maxwell Clark when you guys went to the Comedy Arts Festival? How was it?
Dope. They fucking liked us and like jokes in our writing that other people haven't gotten when we performed it around here, which is a pretty cool part. Like,
do you think that, because I mean there's a more pronounced stand-up community in Wilmington, but sketch and improv it's pretty much centered on, you know, Nuthouse and PSL.
Yeah.
Do you think it's just there needs to be, the audience needs to be needs to be exposed to more sketch, more different types of sketch, different types of improv? I don't know.
It wouldn't hurt them.
Yeah.
The kids don't know if they're necessarily looking for that.
Right.
But
Right. Fair.
I would be happy if there were more.
Yeah. How many shows did you guys do?
Just do one.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long was it?
30 minutes.
Alright. And did you how did you guys prepare?
Running lines on the way up there, getting there early. Getting there early and fucking around. I made them buy me alcohol.
Okay.
Cause I drove, that's fair. They can let me drink, like, right? I'm not even gonna say when I drink.
It was you, Wills, Lydia, and Tyler?
No, Tyler wasn't there. It was me, Wills, and Lydia.
Okay.
That's all we need for the road.
Mm.
That's so fucked up. Oh. That's a cool text though.
There's an intermission with that.
Don't lie, that's a cool text though.
Yeah.
Ray Charles, sorry. But it was, yeah. They felt this. I don't know, I think it might just be that area and their respect for certain arts or whatever, because DSI, where is it, Carborough, they're just kind of, that audience is just kind of cool.
Yeah.
In general, like stand-up wise, like I can get away with a lot more stuff there too, you know.
Alright.
Like they catch things in my writing that places in Wilmington don't catch. It might just be because of that, but is there that much more sketch and stuff going on over there?
You looking to move anywhere anytime soon? You're gonna make.
I want to go to Atlanta.
Yeah.
But I might be.
For acting, of course.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I might be making a decision based on a girl to stay in Wilmington and or go to Greensboro.
Oh yeah.
But that's not what life's about, is it?
We don't need to talk about this. Right?
Is life about?
You don't need to say anything that's gonna incriminate you one way or the other.
Is life about?
You should really shut up right now.
Following your dreams.
As your lawyer, I'm advising you.
Or is it about following your heart?
Are you asking me that?
I'm asking you the questions now, buddy.
Hold on.
While the dogs fight below us.
Good. Nice job. I'm gonna send her outside.
Good distraction.
But
Good.
But what is it worth fighting for? What or what?
Is it better to pursue the career, or being young? Is it better to pursue still working on your craft, but you are pursuing
a relationship,
you're pursuing a happiness, you're pursuing, I guess, a separate little life, a separate type of project, but that's also material.
Well, there's comics that do, it's that forsake all of that, life experiences and whatnot, so they could do comedy, they could do 5 or 6 open mics, a night and perform constantly, every single week. There's comics that do that and it works for them, and then there are comics who tour around, who've got a wife and kids and have a job, a 9 to 5 job that they got to be back for from Monday to Friday, and it seems to work for them too. So I think it's all about your what you want and your work ethic. I think is what it boils down to.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't stop. I've never stopped the grind.
Yeah.
But for now, I'm just at a position where it's gonna happen. So I don't need to rush it. It's not gonna happen tomorrow. So I mean, I don't gotta be in that position right now. Like the better prepared I am when I go to Atlanta, the better. So I don't have time to waste, but I have time to waste. Fucking doing ignorant shit while I'm still learning my material, and I can keep talking about cheating on my girlfriend on stage like I've been doing. Not that I've ever cheated on my girlfriend, but if I did, I would talk about it on stage.
She's ripping farts right now.
Oh, gross.
Sorry.
That coffee smell.
Yeah. What about general advice or life lessons or things you feel like you've learned from comedy that you wish you maybe would have known when you're starting out? Things that like come to you now? Now that you're in your early 20s and you
that's what I'm saying. What do you want me to say?
When your jacket off at night. When the popo's on you.
Yeah.
Make sure you turn your lights off. Make sure your windows are tinted legally.
Well, all right. I do got some good stuff here. Listen, we could all.
Oh shit! We should have just went to this.
What
other bullshit we were talking about.
Everyone in our generation needs to know this about everything. This shit is gonna take a lot longer than you think before. You know how like you shoot for the stars, so if you miss, you fall in the cloud. Before you even reach the sky fully, it's gonna take a long motherfucking time. So keep shooting and keep shooting. Get it like keep shooting for the stars. Keep your goals high, but also keep like shooting, like keep actually shooting, like getting repetition in whichever field you feel is necessary.
Okay. No, I like that. That reminded me of something that Blair said last week, where she talked about you have to go in with great hubris and great humility. You have to. There's a part of you as a performer that goes in that knows you can do a good job. You can crush it, and there's a part of you that knows that you never any gig or any opportunity that's offered to you, you should take it and take it with humility, because it's something for you to help grow and get those repetitions in.
That's just what I said, but way wider.
Very white.
Hubris.
Very, very.
Hubris and humility. Hubris. I don't even know what that means. I'm about to look it up later. After this.
I think it was Oedipus. Maybe.
I don't even know what hubris means. You just want to
Yeah,
say it because it sounds
like
cool.
pride in one. It's like extreme pride. It's like every Disney character, whatever fault that they have, it's usually hubris. I don't know.
Arrogance? Is that just too many
It's
syllables?
beyond arrogance.
Overconfidence.
Yeah, overconfidence.
Y'all just turning on me.
Sorry.
I feel attacked.
No. Alright. But do you when comedy is when it's difficult, when it seems like you can't get a laugh going, or you can't string a joke together, the audience doesn't seem with you, like maybe you're up on stage and you're just not being able to, you're like, fuck, I can't get them. Are there fallbacks? Are there things? What comes to mind when you're in that moment? How do you get them back?
I usually just try to say fuck it, and just go with like whatever comes to mind, and like to even like crowd work is what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
crowd work is just
That's
it's
your
good.
fault.
It's good to start off on, and I think it's a good fallback.
Okay.
Because people have been saying since I started, my stage presence is okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that means I can talk to people and keep it light, and hopefully
Mm-hmm.
that'll make them like me a little bit more. And if that, cause that can lead back into material,
Right.
the maybe like another lane of material you might have forgotten moments before,
Yeah.
Once they bring it up, like, oh yeah, I have jokes about that stupid thing you just said.
What was like the best experience you've ever had on stage? Could be stand up, improv, sketch, acting. Was like the moment that you got in the back of your head is like, I wish I could just recreate that some way somehow.
You smell that fart?
Yeah, no, that was awful.
Shit. Well, one time in a rehearsal, me, Wills, and Lydia and Tyler did the perfect Harold.
Really?
The perfect Harold, Anthony. Like, I'm talking like character stayed the same throughout.
Okay.
And everything was tied in at the end. Like, perfectly. Like, not even forced.
Yeah.
Like, perfectly. Games were played in the middle, and, no one forgot what was next and shit. We played the perfect Harold, and I wish... And the best part about it, so we do it in, like, a study room, so some little Asian lady in the next dorm came over, she's like, can you guys be quiet? Y'all over here yelling. And it's like, oh yeah, sorry. So we just whispered through this Harold, but did it perfectly. Whispering through a Harold.
That happens so much in improv where in rehearsal you're working on something that's supposed to be like the most challenging part or whatever, and you just crush it. And you try to go do that again on stage in front of the audience. It's like, oh, hey everybody, we're just gonna play around with our dicks here.
Did you know that we did this perfectly?
Yeah.
In rehearsal.
You would all love this when we were doing it for ourselves.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, I want to recreate that.
Okay.
On stage, yeah.
No, I'm right there with you. And then just to end on a sour note, then what was the worst experience? What was the one?
Damn, man, I got a couple. Which one? I told you. I told
Was
you.
that
I
with
told
the
you the
Port
most
City's
recent.
top comic? Okay.
Okay, well I told you two. And I told you about the C word, but
Okay.
what you don't know about maybe is the time. Maybe I don't know if you were there, but the one time I was telling the joke about it was when Romney was running against Obama, and I talked about how Obama's kids are ugly, but Mitt Romney's kids look good. And I'm not gay or anything, but if one of Mitt Romney's kids showed me his dick, I would jack it off just to see what it looks like. Because I don't want to be a misinformed voter. And I told this joke I told that joke a couple times and gotten into trouble. Like, but the one time I'm gonna talk about is like a person just like passed out and had a seizure in the back of the Lazy Pirate during the competition.
Because you told that joke?
I don't know. I don't know why, but in the middle of that joke, a dude had a seizure, and then like I'm like, oh my god, like why are we fighting? Why can't we all just get along? Like I'm trying to use it all, and people are like, he's having a seizure. I'm like, oh shit. Do I stop?
Do I finish?
Can I keep going? In church, that's like the Holy Spirit. We don't stop in church, so I'm just I'm not sure. And fucking, the people are like, no. Is there a doctor? And I'm just fuck. Fuck. And Bishop let me go on like finish 4 minutes after that, and I was like, ugh, I shouldn't even have done that. If stage time wasn't the main point of doing this right now, I would not have gotten up on stage for those 4 minutes. Like it was pointless.
You hear the ambulance sounds coming. Like, all right, well I gotta do my closer. Here we go.
And it's like, you don't come back from that like, hey man, I know I got this house shaking.
Oh my god.
Nah,
No, that's funny.
Cold faces. Like, that's not funny. It could have been any one of us. We are all potentially epileptic.
But it was the guy who was predisposed to having seizures.
Yes, exactly. Damn, it was tough.
Oh, wow. That's funny. Alright. Cool, man. I think that was it.
Worse. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
It's always fun to talk to you.
Yeah. Oh my god.
What time is it? You made me late.